Welcome to Tech Brothers with Amir. In this video, we are going to learn how to create Excel file dynamically from SQL Server table or view by using script task in SSIS package. So let's go ahead and understand how exactly we can create this dynamic file. Now, what is happening here? I have a DBO customer table that has a lot of columns, and you can see some data is here. We have like 11 records here. So tomorrow, maybe my definition of the table does change. Maybe we will add new columns. Maybe we'll drop some existing columns. In that case, if I am extracting all the data from this table and write into an Excel file, I have to come back and remap it. So that's a problem. We don't want to do it because we often have a situations where we see that we need to change the column definition or table definition, and the same goes for the view. You create a view, you have 5 columns, so maybe tomorrow you will have 6 columns, or maybe you will remove some columns. You don't want to provide the data for those columns. So in that case, what you need to do, you need to go back to the SSIS package and make the modifications, remap the columns. We want to build something that it doesn't matter columns are increasing, decreasing in the view or a table. As long as we have the table there, we will dump the data from the existing columns. Now let's go ahead and create this SSIS package. Open the SSDT SQL Server Data Tools and go to the SSIS packages, right click new SSIS package, and here we are gonna rename this one dump data to Excel dynamically from SQL table or view. I know there are spelling mistakes. I don't want to care about that. I want to just start this package. Let's create this variables here. First of all, we will be telling where to create that Excel file. I'm going to tell this one folder path. That's the variable name, and I can set the value for this variable. So go back to the some folder, and here we have source folder. I'm going to use this folder to write my Excel files here. Fine, come back here. Now you need to read the data from a view or a table, so you will provide that information. I'm going to create a view. So tomorrow, if your view name change, so you will be changing only the value in the configuration as you will be creating the configuration for these variables. So you can call this one table name or view name. I will just go with the table name, or you can call it the object name. Even if you have a variable called table name, you can still provide the view. Doesn't really matter. In our case, it is DBO customer, so I'm using the schema as part of the table name. You can create separate schema and table name and concatenate inside the script, but here we don't really need to. Other things what we need here, folder path, okay, file name. So Excel file name, yeah, you need to provide what name you would like to have. This is just let me close this message for antivirus and all that. Excel file name. So here you need to provide the file name you would like. We are going to add the date time to it. So every time it will be created with the new date, but this is the initial name you would like to put. So let's say we'll say customer underscore, even underscore, forget about it, just a customer, and it will start as a customer underscore date time, and then final whatever the sheet name you would like to have, sheet name, and here I'm going to say customer sheet. That's all you need till here. The one more thing we need here in connection managers, as we need to read the data from a SQL Server table or a view, we need to make a connection to the database. Right click, add edu.net connection, and let's create a new one. We have to provide SQL Server instance name and database name where our table or a view does exist. So in this case, Amir PC SQL 2016 TechBrothersIT. I'm gonna test this connection, hit OK. Now hit OK. Let's rename just the connection manager. So let's call this one DB connection underscore TechBrothersIT. So once you will create the configuration for this one, you always know that okay, this is the database connection manager value in the configuration, and this is pointing to the Tech Brothers. In your case, maybe sales or any other database, whatever you have. save the package, bring the script task here, and now double click and add those variables. I'm using C#. You can use Visual Basic if you like, and you are good in that. I'm going to provide the scripts that I used or created in C#. Now we will be going here using those user variables, add them, user folder path, and then we have sheet name, and then we have Excel, okay, table name, sheet name, table name. Let's see if there is any missing. Excel file name. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So we have 4 variables and we use them. Hit OK. Now we will be going to edit script, and that's where we need to use the script. I have written the script already and posted on TechBrothersIT.com. You will be going to the website, and once you are on the website, you will be going to the SSIS video tutorial. Once you are there, you will be clicking and going further down and check in the heading script task. There I have Excel source and destination, and you will be looking at something number 17 here, how to create Excel file dynamically from SQL Server table or view by using script task. You click here, and that's where we have an Excel file name, folder. See, I have created everything with the snapshots. So if your company doesn't allow you to, you can go ahead and use this post and create the same package. Now we will be coming back here, and using the scripts we have to add some namespaces. So copy this part and go to the script, and here we have namespaces region, and I'm going to hit enter and paste system.io, system.oledb, as we are using some Excel, and here we are using a file that SQL data.sql. So we will be reading a data from a SQL server. We can use that. So different functions that we will use, or methods we will use from these namespaces. Come to the public void main function, and that's where we need to paste the rest of the code, and we will go through that each code line. Here copy it, and then we will go to the script again and paste it there. One more thing, I have added the try catch block in this codes, and you can go ahead and remove this part. So once you remove this part, because that's also included in the code already, I have it here, so you don't need that. So just save it and let's build it. I'm going to actually create some errors and show you what exactly try and catch block is going to do. Now from here, the very first one, I created a string datetime. That's a variable. I created it, and let's use the datetime dot now, the current time, and get the year, month, date, hour, minute, and second. So once I have this value, I can concatenate with the Excel file. Also, I can create the log file or error log file by using this datetime. So you will always know where I'm using this one. So it is above the try. So even inside the try, because I can use in the catch block as well. Otherwise, if I will try to put here, it will be not visible in the catch block. Now I'm declaring the variables: the Excel file name, folder path, table name, sheet name. So you can let's compare them at least. We have sheet name, table name, folder path, and Excel file names. That's correct. That's exactly what we have here. We should have the same name. They're case sensitive, so make sure that you have them as exactly the same. Now here I'm saying Excel file name. See, I have Excel file name. That's a customer. That's what we provided. Then I'm doing Excel file name underscore datetime. So I'm adding this timestamp, so date, year, month, and hour, and seconds, and everything. I'm adding that because on each of the execution I want to create a new Excel. Now here we are saying OLEDB connection, new OLEDB connection, and OLEDB command, new OLEDB command. We will be using these with the Excel to connect to the Excel and create the Excel and write the data. So we are saying string connection string provider Microsoft ACE.OLEDB 12.0. That's a provider name. Data source will be our folder path plus the Excel file. So it will be folder path. Remember, we have provided this one, and now backslash, think about it, the customer underscore the date time to it. So that's what it will be. And drop the file if it exists. In our case, it's likely not going to happen because we are adding to the level of seconds. But in case just you have this code, let's say tomorrow you decide to have only year, month and day, and you don't want to have that part. So in those cases, if you want to rerun your package, it should drop the file and recreate it. So play with it and you will learn it. Now use the ADO.NET connection from SSIS package to get data from a table. So we are going to get the data from the table, and we will write. So here that's the connection manager, and see, even we have save the script, build it say build succeeded, but the connection manager name was not verified. We have to make sure by ourselves it should be exactly same. So DB connection and TechBrothersIT. In your case, whatever it will be, the connection manager, you have it, provide the name. Now save it and load data into the data table from SQL table. So assuming that the connection is valid for object. Okay, so here is our query string, and we are saying select asterisk from table name. So remember table name, we have created this variable, and that contain dbo.customer, and let me show you right here. So see this table name, that's what we have used. Go back here. Now we are reading the data, and then we are filling the data set called DS. Now once we have the data in the data set, and that's where we are saying string column name. Now we need to get the column names. The data is in the data set, we get the column names. I'm looping through to create the list of the columns. So why I'm creating that list of the columns, because I need to use that as a header row in the Excel. So once I have that one, I'm saying column name, I'm adding the parentheses around it. I'm also providing the data type, what I like to have it. So it will be text, you can have watch, or you have integer, that can make it whatever makes sense to you according to your. I'm going to leave everything to the text. And then once I have the columns, I will create that. Then I'm going to create a table. So this table, if you see that this connection string, open a connection to the OLEDB, that's a Excel, and create table sheet name plus table columns. So it is exactly the same way what we do in a SQL server. We create a table. Here I'm doing the same thing. In Excel, I'm creating a table. So in other words, I'm creating a sheet by using a create table and sheet name. So once I have that, table will be created or sheet will be created in Excel, and this is the query that's going to run and create the sheet, this part. And here I was building the list of the columns. I'm going to show you actually once. Let's use the message box to show you how the column list are built. Once that is done, the next part is write the data to the Excel sheet from the data table dynamically. So remember, we have the data table already loaded. So remember here, and then we read to make Excel to make the columns. Here we use the columns, table.columns. Here we are looping through two things. First, we are looping through the table, fine. Then we are using the columns, and then we are going for each of the row. So that's the part is going to read the data from the data table and then generate the insert queries. So if you see here, I'm saying insert into sheet name, that's the table name of Excel sheet name, that's what we are providing here. And then SQL command value dot trim comma values. So this is building the entire insert query for each of the row by looping through. And then finally, once that is done, we are running that query, and that's done. So this is a little complicated part. You can walk it through and each of the line, and the only part we are doing, so we have the data table, we know that that's where we have loaded the data from our SQL to the memory. Now we have columns, so we need to loop through the columns and then build the script, insert script, and provide the values. So see the concatenating the values in those each of the row. That's all it is doing. So if you want to sit back and read through everything, go ahead, and otherwise in 3 words I told you what exactly it is doing. If that happens, fine, write it the data and then success. If in case there is some error happen, go to the catch block and then write a new file, log file, and that should be our folder path / our Excel file name, and then add date time to it and create a .log file, and then write the exception to it and fail the package. That's we are doing in this package. You can use this try catch block in other videos where I use the script task and I did not use the try catch. You can use it and create log files. Now we are all good here. Let me create first of all, let's create the error first. So how we can create the error? We can different way to create the error. Maybe this is select this is insert query, right? So let's put that one here, insert into. We put the one here, saved it, come back, close it. As of now, we do not have anything in this folder, so I'm going to run this package. Okay, see here, ID, text, salesperson. So these are all the list of the columns we were preparing. So this can be used with the create table statement to create the sheet. Okay, and it failed. Stop it, go to the folder, and here we see customer. This is the timestamp it is putting, and then say log. Open it and say syntax error in insert into statement. That's awesome. So now you know that how to get the errors from the script task into the log file. Let's close this one, go back, let's fix it. That's a lot of talk and especially when you make these videos you want to talk for hours. But what happened here, we are going to go to the select into, remove the one part. Now we have everything correct. Save it and hit OK. Now let's run it. It should create a new Excel file for us with the information we have given. Great, green. Stop the package, go to the folder, and there is no Excel created. Why? Because if I will go back to the videos, I see the files are created right here. See the name are it is using source folder customer. So see, there was some issue. Why? Because in the SSIS package we did not put / here, and that's the complete folder path we should provide with the /, or otherwise we should have handle inside the script. I didn't do it. I always assume I should put this /. So as it was not there, so it was creating the files here in the videos folder, but it did create the what you call the file here. So let's take a look. Wow, customer sheet and our source folder, this customer, this and that. So that's kind of not the correct location. Let's delete them, go back to our actual source folder, and now we are going to go back and run our SSIS package one more time. Run it, and here is the message box. I'm going to remove it, save it, stop the package, come back. See, awesome. Now our customer file is ready and all the data is written from a table to the Excel file. See here we have country and region and state and all that. How about I will make some changes. So I'm gonna call this an alter table, DBO customer drop region. Okay, because you have to say drop column. And if you are dropping a constraint, you have to say drop constraint. Now if I run everything from here, we don't have the region anymore, and if I run this should work just fine. See, region is gone. Now if I will go back and run my SSIS package, a new file should be created and it should be just fine. So see, the region is not there anymore. It completed successfully. Came back here, let's open it, and we have region. This is the first file, this is the second file. Actually no region. Great. So doesn't matter, your columns are changing, the definition is changing. As long as you have select asterisk from that table, whatever the columns it is going to return, they will be dumped to the Excel, and sheet name can be controlled, sheet name can be controlled, file name can be controlled. You can have just the same package over and over for anything. Even you can do actually pretty much everything. You can create any view from using multiple tables, join them inside, and then data can be dumped. You can always use the view name and provide it here, provide your sheet name, and provide your Excel file name, and that's it, and you are good. So I will put the script link in the description of this video, and I hope you learned something out of it, and I will see you guys next time. I appreciate your time.